This meeting is held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act 10:4-6 at SEEK. Annual notice having been forwarded to the New Jersey Herald and the New Jersey Sunday Herald and posted on the bulletin board maintained in the municipal building for public announcement. Will you please rise and join me in salute to the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Here.
Mr. Shirilla. Mr. Delarina.
Here.
Ms. Croft. Mr. Kusevich.
Here.
Mr. Rossi. Mr. Taylor.
Here.
Mr. Wagner. Mr. Nazalowski.
Here.
Councilman Smith.
Here.
Mr. Spitaletto. I never say it right. Mayor Galati.
Here.
Chairman Wright.
All right.
I won't have to say it today.
Okay, minutes. The motion is in order to approve the minutes of the June 18th, 2024 meeting. Do I have a motion? I'll make the motion.
I'll second
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Delarina.
it. Abstain.
Mr. Kusevich.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Councilman, Mr. Mazalowski.
Yes.
Councilman Smith.
Abstain.
Mayor Galati. Abstain. Chairman Wright.
Abstain. Okay, next item is resolutions. First resolution is John Carbone, 405 Lakeside Boulevard. The hearing date was May 21st, 2024. Are there any corrections or changes to the resolution, or do we have a motion to approve it?
What was the date of that?
May 21st.
May 21st.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Abstain.
Mr. Delarina.
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Mazalowski.
Abstain.
Councilman Smith.
Abstain.
Mayor Galati. Abstain. Chairman Wright.
Yes. Okay, next resolution is Muzo de Vecchi, 6D Drive. The hearing date was May 21st, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve that resolution?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Bongiovanni.
Abstain.
Mr. Delarina.
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Mazalowski.
Abstain.
Councilman Smith.
Abstain.
Mayor Galati. Yes. Chairman Wright.
Yes. Okay, next item is correspondence. Do we have any correspondence that we have to deal with? No, nothing? Escrow refunds. We have no escrow refunds. Next item is bills. McDonald, Dolan, and Dolan. Do I have a motion for the New Jersey Sunday Herald? Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Second. Mr. Bongiovanni.
Yes.
Mr. Delarina.
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Mazalowski.
Yes.
Councilman Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Galati. Yes. Chairman Wright.
Yes. Okay, next item is zoning officer report. You got anything, Bill? Nothing this evening? Nothing tonight. Any discussions on any items? No? Okay, seeing none. Next item is old business. Do we have any old business to discuss? No? New business? Any new business? Okay, continued applications. We have none. New application, the first new application is Oscar and Laura Zavala, 269 Squaw Trail. We present?
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
And your full name?
Laura Zavala.
And you are the property owner?
Yes. I'd like to share my husband. I think I got the short straw and I have to do the talking.
You have to do all the
so-
talking? All right.
If you swear to provide testimony, you'll have it sworn.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank
Tell us
you.
what you like to do.
Okay, so we're requesting a variance to replace and expand our dilapidating docks and boardwalk and keep what is already there with, for all intents and purposes, is a U-shaped dock and then the boardwalk. What we're trying to do is expand the boardwalk and the dock to make it an L shape, as you can see on the drawings that we've done. We bought the house 21 months ago, and one of the features that drew us to the home was the multiple docks and the value that they add to the house. As a matter of fact, we were repeatedly told that they were adding value to the house, and that need to be represented in our offer for the home. Had we realized how much time, energy, cost, effort it would incur to do all this, I question whether we would have followed through on purchasing it, but that's water under the, I guess, docks in the lake. So here we are and hopefully proceeding forward. As you can see from the pictures, the dock and the boardwalk are seriously compromised. We have several pieces of plywood, which are not in the photographs at this point, screwed down so our grandchildren don't fall through the docks. And the concrete base is broken. It's falling over onto itself and taking the dock with it. The reason we want to expand the square footage is that after a summer of living on the lake, we realized that we have nowhere on the waterfront to actually enjoy the lake. Our entire property is just a ledge of rocks. We can't even bring our kayaks, our floats, anything down there and leave it down there and store it down there. Everything has to be brought up the stairs every single time we use it, which we're not getting any younger, so that's getting a little bit difficult. Let's see. Also, our docks have been there for decades. Our boat is an average size. I think it's 24.3 feet without the outboard engine. And right now, you tilt your engine up when you're not using it. And right now it's protruding out several feet beyond the dock. And people have come super close to hitting it. One of these days, a fisherman or a kayaker is just going to impale himself on the propeller. So that has us concerned, and we would like to extend the dock out to protect the very crowded Byram Cove that we live on, and the people going by, and our boat. Let's see, our neighbor, John Leveroni, lives next door. That's the house to the right if you're facing the water. That's where the dock is that we are not asking to replace. And he does not want that dock removed. He's been here for 15 years. He uses the dock for his boat to safely dock.
Hold on, yeah, that would be hearsay.
Oh, so I can't use that. Okay,
So
anyway.
we really can't.
Struck from the record. Let's see, and that's about it.
So the expansion is the yellow, the shaded yellow.
Right. So the first drawing Bill Donegan helped me do, and then I think the engineer wanted something different, so I drew this up. And that's basically showing how, what we really need to do is, the dock is just way off like this, and it needs to be brought back in, straightened out, and decreased in the opening between the dock 2 and dock 1 on this paper is what I'm looking at, if anybody needs help with that. So what we're trying to do is, do you need me to show you? Okay. So what we're trying to do is, in rebuilding this dock, straighten it out and move it closer so that we have the proper space in between. Right now, we're coming in and the concrete base, it's not shown in my drawing, but the concrete base is actually spilling out. It's not under the dock. This is the dock. The concrete is right there. So we are precariously coming in, hanging to the left side, trying to make sure that the boat isn't hitting the concrete. It's stressful. That sign, I'm sorry for what I said while we were docking the boat, we own 2 of those. So that's what we're trying to do right there. And the yellow on the left, that's the way the boardwalk is right now. It's basically useless. So what we'd like to do is just expand it and square it off so we can have somewhere to sit, lounge, put our kayaks.
Bill, we didn't have nothing from John on this, right? From the engineer? I didn't have anything there.
I wouldn't, I didn't.
Okay.
Is there a reason why we don't have an engineer's report on this?
We
I
do.
think we do.
I
I
didn't
received
get
one.
it.
I didn't have one in my packet.
I didn't have one on my thing.
It's online.
And I have it.
Yeah, I have it. It's
Yeah, it
dated
is
May
online.
31st and is.
I like this.
You have, somebody have it?
I just,
There's 2 comments in the technical
I
review.
was just gonna run and make a copy real quick.
Anybody have this?
We have it, I was just gonna
Okay,
run and make a
okay.
copy.
What was in there, Bill? And-
Yeah, the usual paragraph about the DEP permitting as of right. And then the applicant should verify that no additional site work grading is proposed as part of the subject application. So you won't need to do any grading of the
No.
property.
no,
There's nothing to grade.
no, it's rock. It's just rock.
Rock and
Just rock.
concrete, yeah.
Just rock.
hard work.
Right, yeah, I mean, I see what you're doing here. I mean, obviously you need a little flat space down there where you have none.
Right, thank you.
Wait for the mayor to come back. Well, just go and check. two
Please.
things before they-
You go on email.
Listen, I told you it's paper.
I know.
I'm a paper.
Oh, it was on the email version?
Yeah.
See, he's all over the world, so
I
he
know.
can't take the paper. with
Yeah, I
him.
don't wanna drag it all around. I guess Josh, probably you and I are old fashioned.
I'm already like
Put my
paper
hands on
too.
it. Should we open it to the public or wait? till-
I think you can. I think you can.
All right, does anybody from the public wish to comment on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board.
You would be totally replacing the dock one as you show it on this.
Yes,
Because it's angled, so you're going to run them parallel to each other, the dock one and two. Okay.
Any members of the board have any questions for this applicant?
I mean, I took a walk today. I think the dock definitely does need some repairs and it will add definite value and to a homeowner to, look at these beautiful boats parked in the weekend in Byron Bay. So it will definitely enhance
yes, we
the
need to get up
property.
close and personal.
You didn't know that when you bought it, did you? When did you buy it? In the winter?
Well, no, you know what, we knew, but we were told that it was only on the weekends, and by dinner time, everyone leaves,
Yeah.
and we believed them.
Oh, boy.
May I ask who told you that?
Yeah, realtor.
All the realtors.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, it was going to be just fine. So it's getting better. Needs a lot more improvement, but it's getting better.
Don't worry. I mean, for us long timers, the fall and the spring are really the best.
You
time.
know,
Yes.
it's true. We wake up every morning and I say, we're looking at a little slice of heaven and we need to be thankful for that. And, we'll keep plugging along and rein them in eventually.
I'll get it.
Okay, so you agree to comply with everything in the engineer's letter? Okay. All right, Mayor, we opened it to the public, we closed it to the public, now we're just waiting for a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second it.
All right.
Thank you. So can you just explain
Hold
what
on.
happens next?
Do
Oh,
you have to-
sorry.
Mr. Bongiovanni,
Yes.
Mr. Delrena,
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Mesalowski,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Galati,
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
Yes. Okay, you have your variance now, what would you like to, you want to get going on it?
Yeah, I think that I'm not going to be on a very long list, but at least now we can get going. I can make the phone call and get.
Okay, well,
everything
you can
moving.
get that going, if you're not, if it's gonna be a month before they get to you.
I'm
you know,
sure,
we
I have no idea, but what is it, 45 days, is it, that it has to
What's
be,
30?
go through a resolution? I'm not,
30 for the resolution?
30 for the resolution.
Next month.
Okay, and do we need to attend that?
No, unless you want to ask for a waiver
No,
of
no, no.
memorialization, then we can do that right now, and you don't have to wait at all.
Oh,
So everything is done before your daughter has a baby.
Okay, I
So
like
if you
that,
wanna
can we
ask-
do that?
you'd
Because
like
she's
to
going
ask
in
for a
labor,
waiver.
yes, I would.
Okay,
I'll make the motion.
I second.
Mr. Bongiovanni,
Yes.
Mr. Delrena,
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Mesalowski,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Galati,
Yes.
Chairman Ray.
yes. You're all set.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, next application is Gene McCall, block 70220, lot 29, 260 Lakeside Ave.
Oh, sure.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth,
I do.
and your full name,
Jean McCall,
and you're one of the property owners?
yes. So what we would like to do, we have a very skinny piece of property on Henderson Cove. It's 25 feet wide. And we really want to maximize the space that we have down at the waterfront. The first thing we would like to do is convert an existing brick patio to wood. The brick is sort of uneven. We tend not to sit there because you don't know if your chair is going to get wobbly or anything like that. So we would like to convert that to wood to cover the entire property up to the property lines. The second thing we want to do is we have a very low dock area, just depending on the height of the water. Sometimes the water is just at the top of it, which is great for getting, you know, our dog in the water and kayaks in the water. But again, we want to raise it to be the same level as everything else to just maximize our space so we can sit down there as a family and not be on top of one another. So those are the two things that we want to do. In addition, the low dock that we want to raise, we just want to change the shape of it slightly. We want to make it more of a square versus a I don't know, parallelogram, I guess, or trapezoid or something. The image of
Is it in the
this-
blue? Is it the blue
it's the
section?
blue, so we would just change that slightly and then add steps so that we could still get into the water, which is the small yellow square on this image.
So you want to extend that blue area out to the edge of the red area? Is that what it-
No,
You just-
we actually want to pull it back a
Okay.
little bit because we don't, we were trying not to extend too
Into
much
the water.
over the water.
Okay.
And so we would pull it back and just square it off and make everything one level. Except, I'm sorry, the wood dock that, no, you know what, that's an error on there, on that one. The original,
A lot of the area that she's referencing is part of the patio. Yeah, so I think we should.
You're just going on top of the existing patio?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
You're not
Um,
making it any bigger? more or
Not
less?
making that any bigger, no. So, yes, so that's the easiest one to look at, I think.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out that the wood dock that extends out into the water, that is one step down, and that will stay
Right.
one step down.
Okay. Okay. You got the copy of the engineer's report?
Yes,
Okay. You comply with everything in that?
yes.
Okay.
I have a question about the engineer's report. This is probably for the engineer to answer. Technical review comment number 2, due to the proximity of Lake Pacon soil erosion sediment control measures such as silt fence should be installed prior to any soil disturbance. I don't believe they're disturbing any soil, and I'm not sure where you would put a silt fence when you're reconstructing a dock.
That was more for the brick patio area.
Okay,
So for this application, are you removing the patio or you're just gonna install the wood on top of it? There's nothing gonna be excavated?
Nothing would be excavated. I don't know that we'll keep the bricks there. I think it depends on what the contractor recommends we do. So, no, we would not be excavating anything.
Okay, yeah, because that comment's more if you were gonna excavate out that brick patio area. We just want some protection for the lake.
Okay,
Just so when we get a rainstorm, the disturbed earth, the soil doesn't wash away into the lake. That silt fence would catch any sediment and just allow the stormwater to bypass through.
So your testimony is there's no excavation gonna go on? there?
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Go with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, any members of the board have any questions for this applicant?
I think I have to walk in the steps. I think she needs to repair that dock.
Yeah,
I can enjoy it downstairs, but it looks beautiful.
Okay.
But it definitely needs some repair.
Okay, this time I'll open this application to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this application? That's all, sir.
I do.
So you gotta swear, hold on. You gotta swear in.
Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And your full name, sir?
Christopher Heil, Heil. 262, it's Heil. Okay, sorry. 262 Lakeside Avenue, right next door. I'm in favor of the application. My only concern is their dock is really close to the property line. So I'd be in favor really only if there would be a condition that they not have a boat or anything else tied to the dock that starts overhanging the property line.
Which dock are you talking about here? I mean,
If you're, if you're looking at the property,
This is me.
you're on the right-hand
Yep.
side looking at the lake.
Was that part of the notation where they said there was 10 feet between the two docks? Did I understand?
I didn't see any note.
But is it 10 feet?
I think, not having any survey in front of me, I believe there's 8 feet or less between the current dock and the extension of the property line into the water. So my concern is that, people start tying up boats or doing whatever on the side of their dock, and it's really gonna be hanging out in front of my property.
Is this the side with the stairs or without the stairs?
With the stairs.
It's the size with the stairs.
Yeah.
So this is where they're gonna be going in and out of the water.
Right, I'm just asking for a condition.
Mr. Carl, you understood that point? Where do you park your boats if you're looking out at the
Sure.
lake on the left or
Sure,
right side?
no, we park it on the other
You
side,
park on
so
the left
we,
side.
we do
Okay.
not have any issue with
Okay.
this being included.
okay. I mean, what is the, I mean, Bill, I mean, that dock is probably at least 10 feet off of the property line. Is that, if I'm looking at this correctly, their dock, like here? You're on this side, correct?
I am, I don't believe, so,
So, I mean, here's the property corner, I guess, Bill, right at the corner of the blue. Here, I mean, if you drew a straight line out. I mean, I think that's probably 10 feet, Bill, would you say that?
Well, I meant, well, the true dock, the part that really goes out.
The
into
wooden
lake,
dock.
I'm figuring that's about 8.5 feet off the
Probably,
yeah.
extended property line.
Or, you know,
Is there an issue on the left side with the setback on the left side of the dock if you're looking at the lake? What's the distance here, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
On that side, well, out at the end of that dock, it's 7 feet. The dock kind of converges with the property line.
I mean, normally when we have a dock situation like that where it's on the property line, we can't say that, yeah, you can park on it because then you're putting your boat in front of someone else's. property. But I mean, if you have 7 or 8 feet, I mean, if you put a rowboat or a jet ski there, they would still be well within their.
and I'm not arguing that, but if someone were to tie, maybe with whips or whatever, a pontoon boat, they're gonna be way over
Yeah.
on my extension, so they can use whatever's in front of their property,
Yeah.
I'm just asking for a condition that it not overhang the extension of the property line.
Okay, so just keep the boats within. the
As tight as you
property
can,
line.
yeah, I mean, keep
Within
trying,
the
I mean, if you
property
do park something over there, or, if it's just for whatever, I mean, neighbors gotta get along, so.
Oh, no,
I mean,
I
obviously,
get along great
yeah.
with them.
So it's not something that, just keep it as tight to your dock as you can if it's a smaller boat,
I think when I was there today, you were pulling in with a jet ski with a kid, right?
A couple kids.
Yeah. So I mean, that area does seem like pretty tight for the boat.
Yeah.
I could imagine being a good neighbor. I don't think you should be parking the boat on that side, but but that's a pretty tight area on the road.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm just asking for, not that I'm gonna have a problem with this neighbor, but when
Yeah.
they sell,
Yeah.
the new neighbor is gonna be tying up 1 or 2 pontoon boats with whips, it's gonna be overhanging. And I'm just saying like, hey, you wanna do a wave runner, you wanna do a rowboat, all good, but
Yeah. I mean, it's
keep it
tight.
kind of on the extension of your property. And I believe the applicant doesn't have an
You
issue
have
with
7.5
that.
feet, Yeah.
I'm looking at the dock on the left side, we get a partial of that, and if someone put a boat on that side, right here, that's definitely gonna overhang the projected property line.
Yeah, I mean, if you took that line and drew both of those lines straight out,
Yeah,
the existing wood dock looks like it's pretty much right in the center of the property, you know what I'm saying? So you probably have the same amount on either side, so you just try to keep it on the,
I think we just put a memo in the resolution that the boats are to be kept within.
the property line.
property line that's projected.
If you took your line and went straight out, that's all.
Yes,
All right, we agree to that?
it's fine with me.
Okay.
We don't have an issue.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We have one boat and it's on the other side.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wish to comment on this application? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board. We have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Bon Giovanni,
Yes.
Mr. Delarino,
Yes.
Mr. Kusevich,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Metzlowski,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Galati. Yes. Chairman Ray.
Yes.
Just one question about the waiver. I do not have to do the waiver and I can still contact contractors to come and do quotes. I just can't start anything.
yes,
Is that correct?
Yes, so if you're
Okay.
not gonna plan on starting anything for the next month or two, so, okay,
No,
so,
I needed to have all the ducks in a row
Okay.
before getting in touch with any.
Until this is memorialized next week. Okay.
Okay, but in the meantime, I can get in touch with contractors.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you.
okay. Next item on the agenda is a work session. We don't have nothing, Bill, in the work session. no? Okay, this time we'll open the meeting to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to address the board on any matters? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the. Should've been quicker.
Narrow modes. It's nice that they're starting the parking lot over for Hudson Maxim, but I'm wondering if they are going to be abiding by the tree ordinance that we passed.
Well, they have to conform with the engineer's letters, the county's letters, so whatever.
Do we know how many trees they took out of there?
Truthfully, it's my understanding, I mean, I don't know there's a provision for anyone to apply for a permit in the ordinance. I understand the police are intended to be the enforcing arm. I've had a few people ask about trees and you just simply suggest they touch base with the police to.
Yeah, but they were supposed to be replaced or paid for or
You
whatever,
are
but according to.
correct, and that's what it says, but I don't know what mechanism would drive that.
Bill, may I ask a question? Did they have their approval in place before we passed that ordinance? If they had their approval before the
It's
ordinance
been in the
was
works
passed,
for years, so.
if they had the approval before the ordinance was passed, they are not subject to a new ordinance.
Right.
Listen, I think at this point, everybody wants to see this parking lot get done, so at the sake of some scrubby old trees, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, they can't replace trees, or where they're gonna put them, it's a parking lot,
But you're so close to the house next to it that it might be
Well, then,
nice if they,
If that
Well,
was
they did-
true, then under the new ordinance, those are hazard trees and there's no penalty for that. They are exempt from the ordinance.
no, I'm saying if you replace trees, it would be nice to put them between the parking lot and the house next to it because they basically cleared out that little bit of privacy the lady had.
Well, I was there on Friday and they went to great lengths to move that Japanese maple for that
Right.
woman, so.
Hmm.
They went way over and above what most people would do to try to accommodate her, I mean. But the drawings and the approved drawings are what they are, you know what I'm saying? We can't have trees in the middle of the parking lot.
Well, the last time that they were here, they didn't have an approved drawing, so that's why I'm asking. We didn't know
Pretty
the
much-
wall was going up there or anything else. So do we check the water runoff and everything?
It's all engineered, it's all silt fence up, they have to comply with the borough engineer and the county engineer, so whatever mechanisms are in place, they have to comply with those.
And who checks up on that?
The county engineering, the town engineer, there's a lot of eyes on that project, so believe me,
Okay.
okay, thank you. Anyone else from the public wish to comment, have any comment?
Just to build off of what I was just saying, who is tasked to do the field reports or engineering reports on the progress of the parking lot? Who's gonna be producing them?
Well, John Rushkey will monitor the construction and compliance with the plan.
The drawings and everything,
Yeah.
so yeah, Mark McDonald will be in charge of the.
Great, so they're gonna be producing field reports?
They'll produce whatever they have to produce when somebody needs it, I mean, I don't know what you're looking for, a daily report, I mean, what do you?
Just standard stuff, field reports.
Specifically, what are you looking for?
Well, so the block wall, I'd imagine that needs to be signed off on, right?
There would be an inspection of that, yes. So there would be an inspection recorded by the engineer or their inspector.
Should the subcompaction for the ground underneath the block wall, should that have been inspected?
That would be part of the inspection process, would it not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'd imagine that'd be part of the report, correct?
Yeah, then
Well,
whatever,
there wouldn't be
whatever they have
really
done.
a report, there would be a record of the inspection.
Right.
There's a big difference between the two.
Which would consist of compaction, moisture content, density, all that, correct?
That would be
Whatever's
up to the
required.
engineer that's doing the inspection.
Who's signing off on it?
That would be the town engineer.
Well, correct, that would be the town engineer. So circling back, Mount McDonald then is tasked to do the reports, correct?
They are tasked to do the inspections.
So.
And they bill the client or whatever, whoever's doing the project, they get billed for that time out of their escrow account, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
Yes.
So is what you're saying, there are going to be no reports? Just
No, what
sign
I'm
off
saying is
inspections?
you need to contact the town engineer for copies of their inspections.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
great,
That's exactly what I'm saying. actually.
perfect. So going back to my original question, then Mount McDonald is going to be producing something.
Yes, they would
For
have the
sign-off
records of they would
approvals
have
throughout
the
the duration of
records
the
of the
project, correct?
inspections, yes.
Perfect.
okay, thank you. Anybody else from the public wish to comment on anything? Seeing none, I'll close it, bring it back to the board. Next item is adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, good job. Thank you.
You're Judy C.